A faded, burnt photo of Ethan and Liam smiling. Quickly cuts to a luxurious, dark CEO office. Ethan sits at his desk, his face cold, his eyes holding quiet fury. Dramatic, intense music starts. Meet Ethan, a self-made billionaire haunted by a single, agonizing memory. He wasn't born into this wealth. He clawed his way to it, fueled by a vow he made on the darkest day of his life. His empire, his towering success, it was all merely a weapon. His entire life was dedicated to one destructive mission, to obliterate Mr. Cross, the man who brutally stole the future of his younger brother, Liam. Liam was his best friend, his partner, his reason for existing. When Liam died, unjustly jailed and heartbroken, Ethan died too, leaving behind only the ghost of a man consumed by hate. But fate is a twisted author. Ethan's destructive plan would unknowingly pull an innocent soul into his web. A woman named Sarah. Could a love he never expected actually conquer the bitter, defining hate that had been his only purpose for years? Visuals. A close-up on the ashes of the photo, followed by a fleeting, worried shot of Sarah. Ethan's revenge was meticulously planned, executed over years with surgical precision. He didn't want Cross dead. He wanted him to suffer the slow, public ruin Liam endured. Ethan bought out every significant investor, sabotaged every deal, and finally purchased Cross's company for pennies on the dollar. The final blow was merciless, publicly dismissing Cross, leaving the old man utterly disgraced and financially broken. Meanwhile, Sarah, Cross's daughter, was caught in the fallout. She was a dedicated marketing manager in the company, completely shielded from her father's criminal history. She had just taken out a loan to cover her father's rising medical expenses when Ethan's takeover wiped out her job. She was devastated. Her father was now gravely ill, and the family name was mud. Sarah was left desperately scanning job boards, the sole provider for a shattered home. Ethan tracked her every move. When Sarah applied for a low-level position at a rival firm, Ethan intercepted. He called her to his new, grand office, the office that was once her father's. The irony was intentional. "I need a personal assistant," Ethan said, his voice ice cold. "The salary is double what you were making, but I expect complete loyalty and discretion." Sarah felt a deep unease. The air around Ethan was thick with hostility. But the sight of her father's growing medical bills was a stronger motivator. She accepted the job, unaware that she was signing up not just for a salary, but for a role in Ethan's final, twisted act of retribution. Ethan's plan was simple. Get close to Sarah, use her desperation and her knowledge of her father's affairs, and then abandon her, just as Cross had abandoned Liam. But reality had other plans. He watched her work. Unlike the greedy, backstabbing people he had dealt with in his ascent, Sarah was genuinely hardworking. She was honest to a fault. She stayed late not to impress him, but because she cared about the work. One evening, he saw her quickly wipe away a tear as she took a private call regarding her father's hospital stay. For the first time in years, Ethan felt something other than rage, a sharp, unwelcome pang of guilt. He started testing her. He intentionally gave her difficult, almost impossible tasks, expecting her to complain or cut corners. She never did. She approached every challenge with quiet resilience. Ethan began to compare her to Liam, the same simple goodness, the same unwavering moral compass. He saw her as a victim of her father, just as Liam had been. Ethan's internal war escalated. He found himself defending her in meetings and buying her coffee. He kept reminding himself, she is the daughter of the man who killed Liam. She is a means to an end. But every time Sarah would give him a genuine smile or thank him for a minor courtesy, the wall of hate around his heart would develop another crack. He was supposed to be punishing her, yet he was falling for her quiet strength. The climax of his plan neared. Ethan prepared to force Sarah to confront her father with evidence of his darkest deeds. He needed her to be the final witness to his ruin. Ethan cornered Sarah, presenting her with the undeniable evidence of Mr. Cross's betrayal against Liam. He urged her to use it, but Sarah, instead of breaking, looked at Ethan with profound sadness. "I know what my father did was terrible, Ethan," she whispered. "But you think your revenge will bring you peace? It won't. My father is already broken. He sits at home every day, consumed by guilt, whispering the name Liam, your revenge won't give you Liam back. It will only turn you into the monster you hate. Her words were a punch to his soul. The truth hit him like a physical force. He wasn't punishing Cross. He was punishing himself by clinging to the hate. He realized that Mr. Cross's true punishment was his own guilt and the loss of his daughter's respect. Ethan met Mr. Cross one final time, not with anger, but with a quiet exhaustion. Cross saw the haunted look in Ethan's eyes and knew the young man was a reflection of his own past self. Cross offered a tearful, sincere apology for the ruin he caused. Ethan looked at him, thought of Liam, and finally, for the first time, said, "I forgive you." Ethan and Sarah are seen smiling together in the office, his eyes now showing peace instead of anger. The burnt picture of Liam is replaced by a framed photo of Ethan and Sarah. The vow of vengeance was broken, replaced by the gentle promise of a future with Sarah. Ethan found the strength to forgive, realizing that the greatest power wasn't in wealth or destruction, but in letting go. Sarah's love healed the wounds that years of hatred had kept festering. He had planned to destroy a life, but instead, he rebuilt his own. This story proves that the greatest empire is built not on revenge, but on redemption. If this powerful tale of love and forgiveness touched your heart, please subscribe to Storyverse Unfolded and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next story. Thank you for watching.